Welcome to BV Raju Institute of Technology first year students, especially section 13 students, where we are in the unit 1 communicative English, which is the first unit for you all. What matters more than your talents? So as we finish that Bejo's speech, what he explained about how should uh, how should actually one has to move forward for his success path and with only creative and right innovative thoughts, with only perseverance and the perseverance and persistence what actually the people take to achieve the goals especially. So here it is proven that actually anyone can become the best and great when the person has conviction. Conviction is very important to the person. So President Bezos also the person where he has very good conviction, so that he has achieved right great goals with his only visionary thoughts and creative thoughts. As you know that every one of the house, right, definitely one or the other article is from Amazon today. It is acceptable and it is inevitable, especially during the pandemic situation. The people definitely go for it. After that, we have come to grammar part in the same lesson. Grammar part also is that exercise and all. Uh, the last class we discussed the grammar part two. The first unit of grammar part we discussed about homonyms, homophones, homographs. So what's homonym is, right? What's homophone, homograph? Homonym is the same spelling and the same pronunciation, meaning is different. Homophone is the sound same, the spelling is different, meaning is different. Homograph only spelling is same, meaning is different, and the sound may be different. So homographs like. So today the same the grammar part. In the grammar part, we can see section. I mean that's B. A part is homonyms, homophones, and homographs. I explained you clearly. I shared my video also with you. And now, today, I'm going to discuss or teach you regarding one word substitutes. All these come under grammar, vocabulary. Vocabulary is inevitable. Vocabulary is definitely one has to understand it. Without vocabulary, people cannot speak anything. For example, without knowing the meaning of any article or anything, can you speak? It's not possible. Yes, it's not possible to anyone. But when you know the word, when you know the meaning, definitely you are going to say this is so and so. For example, if you don't know the name of these spectacles, then you have to describe entire. When you don't know about the camera, you have to describe everything. So if you don't know that actually that is called camera, so you cannot. If you don't know that this is called a book, okay, you cannot. So then you have to describe. It takes much time to right describe so and so this is a square shape and there are some thin papers and which is printed like, so we can go for it. Whereas here the vocabulary where it takes us to the greater positions, because vocabulary is so important for better communication, fluency, accuracy, right, without taking more pauses in our speeches. So that vocabulary is important. So as a part of it, we are learning from okay, homophones, homographs, homonyms, and okay, now it's come to the one word substitutes. So what is one word substitute indeed? So earlier just I have explained you that instead of describing entire the situation, entire condition, so one has to use one word. Instead of using one sentence, one can use only one word. That's called right one word substitute. So how these one word substitutes are going to be appropriate? How these are going to be appropriate for the appropriate situation context? So how we have to learn this? So as you know that vocabulary is being learnt by own indeed. It's not possible to one person to right get all the vocabulary in his lifetime also. Lifetime is not enough for us to right know everything whatever is in the universe. But at least we try to learn, try to know at least some right? Thousand of vocabulary at your level. At our level is at least about 5,000 words of vocabulary. Like so, including everything. Vocabulary is that homonyms, homographs, one-word substitutes, phrases, idioms and phrases, idioms. Okay, and prefixes, suffixes, antonyms, synonyms, whatever it is, right? And many other. It goes on like right analogies. So if you go on that, definitely one has to right learn definitely continuous process. Vocabulary learning is a continuous process. So today we are coming with that here. One word substitutes. What is that here? Already I told you that one word substitute. There is a meaning that okay. One word substitute is that which substitutes many sentences. It substitutes a phrase. A body phrase is there. It's going to substitute it. Means here it's replacing with a sentence with a single word. That's going to give entire meaning of the sentence. So here let us see today with the right same of I'm going to share you that right here the PPT and explain you regarding that and sentences too. Just you go through that actually how this one word substitutes are going to right mm, play a major role in our day to day life. So that definitely it is going to play a major role in our lives. How we are going to change ourselves and how we are going to change the things. That's important here. Okay, because when you have word power, definitely you have power of writing also. What to use and how to use. So that then definitely you are going to use the things very properly. That one word substitutes are going to play a major role in our life. So here one word substitute is that your is the use of one word in place of a wordy phrase. As I told you that it's a wordy phrase in order to make the sentence structure clearer, the meaning clearer. Okay, the meaning with the replacement of the phrase remains identical while the sentence becomes shorter. So just it's going to replace when it is going to replace. So that definitely we are going to think that okay how it's going to be how the word is used indeed why that one word substitute is used so that I try to give you the sentence also along with that right let us see so as you know that one word substitute is the use of one word in place of a wordy phrase in order to make the sentence structure clearer the meaning with the replacement of the phrase remains identical while the sentence becomes shorter so this is overall. So the word itself, substitution means replacing something other than, right? So that one word is used instead of using one sentence. It's called one word substitutions. The people who know more one word substitutions, they'll be more effective in language. They'll be known as really great because while speaking to different people, we will not speak to always the same kind of group of the people. We can speak to many of in our professionals. If time permits and time comes to us, we can speak to foreigners also. So that is the reason, right? Definitely how we move forward. That's important. So word power made easy definitely. Word power definitely makes you all right very easy going personality while you are presenting any kind of speeches. So let us see so list of one word substitutions here. I already given there. So demography is there. So the first word demography, the study of a human population with the help of the records of the number of births and deaths here. So demography, the study of human population. So demography, the central government is going to right go for survey when the people go for that here if you read in the Hindu paper or somewhere so demography is taken place so what's that the population births and deaths what happened so instead of using the entire sentence the study of human population with the help of the records of the number of births and deaths where the records are available in the municipalities or gram panchayats so it's not necessary to use two to three sentences. Just only simply you can use demography. So demography is that here the study of human population about the help of the records where actually birth rates and death rates are taken place. Especially these birth rates and death rates are available. These records are available in villages, gram panchayats, and in the municipalities and DHMs and local bodies like. So that instead of using two sentences, we can use demography, ecology, ecology. So that ecology, ecological balance, we can say ecological imbalances. Because of ecological imbalances, we are facing today many things: more rains, right? At the same time, any other imbalances in the weather, climate, and all. So this happening ecology. So that the study of the relation of animal and plants to their surroundings, animals, animate and inmate like. So ecological balances, so that the study of everything about the plants, about the surroundings, what's happening. So you everybody, you and others also use that word ecology, is about your paryavaranam, we can say in Telugu, paryavaranam, the environment, how this environment study is about, that's called ecology, right? Entomology, the entomology also, the insects, the study of insects, is entomologist, we can say, is an entomologist, the person who studies entomology, the study of insects, is called entomologist. So how that entomologist, so if you don't know, is called entomologist, he studies about insects, and it is study of insect something, so that we can say. But when you know the meaning of it, one word, right, that's called etymology, you can go for that. And epigraphy, that you know that epigraphies, study of inscriptions, study of inscriptions. What is that study of inscriptions? Study of inscriptions is, right, it is about on, especially the inscriptions are used wherein on the tombs, tombs and the graveyards, you can find out the inscriptions, study of inscriptions about, or any other, if olden days, when you go and see on the walls, the rock walls, you can find out that inscriptions, so that you, so that you understand that your, right, epigraphy is study of, right, inscriptions. So inscription nothing other than, that is kind of writing where the people write on the stones, that is called epigraphy. So if you don't know that, what you say, okay, the people write on the stones and on the rocks like that. So that you must know that epigraphy is that your, the study of inscriptions, especially if you take that archaeological departments take place like that, and ethnology, ethnology. So that ethnology is that study of human races. There are many races, Aryans and Dravidians and many other races have come. So if the person is going to study about that, that's different. Sociology is different again. Sociology, anthropology is different. Anthropology is that anthropology. What is anthropology? Anthropology is the study of human evaluation from the beginning to now. And right, this one, what's called ethnology is that, yeah, study of human races. How many races have come up to now? So sociology is that here study of complete social life of the people. So anthropology is that here the beginning of the people. Like, okay, if you know the words, the differences, you understand that. Then ethology, the study of animal behavior. Ethology is about study of animal behavior. The people psychology, human behavior. If you say that here, psychology means human behavior. At the same time, ethology means here the study of animal behavior. There are people actually they understand that even today dogs, how they listen to them. So there are people that here who are called your ethologists. Ethologists understand the behavior of, right, the dogs maybe or any pet animals, how they behave. So that there are masters who actually they go for taking these animals or pet dogs into the home and understand the psychology of the thing. That's called ethology. Etymology. So, of course, all of you know that the study or the origin and history of the words, the study of origin and history of the words. So, how that word is derived from, it's called etymology. Etymology is that here the history of the words. When word is seen that here from which language it is being derived, whether it is being derived from the French, whether it is derived from the German, whether it is derived from Sanskrit, because most of Indian words have been, or the world, even totally world also, the words have been, right, derived from where? Only from Sanskrit is the first language where actually all languages were not born. So that many of the words have been right derived from right only Sanskrit. So that etymology, when you go for etymology, that's your the study of or and history of the words. If you see one word, Greek word, okay, it's been from Greek word or Latin word. So how this derived from that you have to understand how it is used. Like okay, eugenics here, the study of production of better offspring by the careful selection of parents. So the study of the production of better offspring here by the careful selection of the parents. So how the parents are going to select some things for the children, like eugenics here. Egonomy is here. Egonomy, the study of effect of environment on workers. Right? If you say that ergonomy, the study of effect of environment on workers. So how this going to be? So instead of using that study of effect of environment when you are writing one article about the workers and environment, so you have to write this all sentence complete. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 words are there. Instead of using 9 words, just you are going to use that here ergonomy. That's it here. The study of effect of environment on workers and the genetics. Of course, all of you know genetics. What is genetic? Genetical problems are there. That's okay. How genetical problems are there for us. The right branch of biology dealing with the phenomenon of heredity and the laws governing it. So genetics here, hereditary problems, hereditary things, which studies about that branch of biology. So where it comes from that, so that right genetics also one thing. And geology, you can say geology, geography is study of complete earth, right? Geography, earth and the world maps and everything. Geology is science of physical history of the earth. Physical history. Geography is complete outer history. What geography is? World maps and everything, where are they? And so here geology, the science that deals with the physical history of the earth. What's that actually, what happened there? So how this is geology and geography? Just there is a slight difference. Geography is complete borders. How this Indian geography? What is that? That at the same time states geography, world geography. So geology is that here the science that deals with the physical history of the earth. So how that physical history was there? How that actually happened? How it's been formed? Where the volcanoes are there? Where water is available? Where there is no water? So, like the people can find geologists, they are called geologists. The people who find the water and okay, they go for that research about the earth, they are called geologists. So that is one thing. Gymnastics, we can say gymnastics, the art of performing right acrobatics feats, gymnastics, jumps and all these javelin throws, something like that. Gymnastic jumps always. They just jump like spring. So all of you know that gymnastics, that here the art of performing acrobatic feats. All today we can see in the dance and all dance shows. Even they are now the dancers. Just only they are right. They are the gymnasians. Like okay, uh, heliotherapy. Heliotherapy is that the sun cure. People say sun bath, sun cure, like okay, the sun cure. So heliotherapy, that is called heliotherapy. So that the people go for sun because it's the sun gives us directly the D vitamin without any kind of right tablets or supplements. Just we can get D vitamin from the sun. So that's called heliotherapy. And histology, that history, the study of tissues, not history. History is different. The study of the background of the people and all, like who ruled us and what was the right thing. So histology is that is the study of tissues. The horticulture, sericulture, many cultures, agriculture. So in agriculture there are many things that here. So horticulture is that your study of flowers. Agriculture is that your study of grains and all things. So sericulture is about fish. So that your culture, when it comes to culture, you have to connect to other things also. So that your horticulture, the cultivation of flowers, fruits, vegetables, and ornamental plants. So these are called right horticulture. the person who works in the horticulture department, who gives that complete right guidance to the many of the people to plant the right very beautiful flower garden in their right right outer yards like iconography. Iconography, you know that iconography is that you're teaching with the aid of pictures and models. Iconography, for example, just I'm teaching now with the slides or with the PPT. So this called like okay, if I show some other pictures when actually that subject demands, definitely will show you that picture. So that's called iconography. That's the teaching with the aid of pictures and models. So that's called iconography. And at the same time, jurisprudence here and the science of law, justice, okay, jurisdiction. If you see that jurisdiction and here jurisprudence, prudential, prudential, so more like so jurisprudence here, the science of law. So even there is something for everything there is science something. It's a science of law, juris, so that you understand jurisdiction which comes under law and all. So here jurisdiction and jurisprudence. Lexicography. So lexicographers. There are lexicographers earlier because the beginning of the days people compiled all right words. So the people who write dictionaries they are called compilers because writing dictionary is not possible. So that when person can nurture some words, but the person cannot write the dictionary. That lexicographers are that here the person who compiles right dictionaries. They are called lexicographers. Okay, if you have already right coined some words, you are not the lexicographer, but you compile the words from different languages, different places, different countries. So then you put together at one place and okay, publish in the form of a book. That's called dictionary. So that's called compilation. So it's not own writing. So collecting from different sources, that's called compiling. That lexicography is that here. Numismatics here. So numismatics, generally people know that okay, the coins, metals, and the study of the coins and metals. Olden days, golden coins were there, and at the same time, silver coins. Then it's been brass. So it's been totally declined, complete. The rupee rate is declined, and the right that actually coins also totally, the metal also used in totally cheaper rate, like. So here numismatics. If the person gets one Nizam coin, right, golden coin or gold coin, then he finds it. Okay, what is that actually? Uh, what was the year it was right printed or published or whatever it is? And odono, odontology here. Odontology here, the scientific study of the teeth. Odontology. Dentist is different again. If dentist means here the the person who treats the problem of tooth or teeth. Okay, but here odontology is that here the scientific study of the teeth. So everything is like that. Okay, and ornithologists are there. So that is also one study. How many are there? There are many things to learn. Ornithology is that study of the birds. Ontologist, the person who is that who the scientist in that, who studies in that is called ornithologist. So ontology is that here the study of birds. The person who studies that here is called ornithologist, right? That orthoepy, the study of correct pronunciation, orthoepy. So generally people think that what's pronunciation is. Okay, we learn phonetics and after that we practice for some time and go on like. But frankly I'm saying that here within one semester it's difficult to pronounce the words properly. It requires continuous listening to the language. You continuously listen to the language, take one person as your ideal person, any of regional speakers or national speakers or international speakers. Continuously every day you listen to that, definitely you are going to change your pronunciation within short period of time. Only the practice. So here, what's that here? Arthiopy. Arthiopy is that the study of correct pronunciation and pedagogy, the art of method of teaching, pedagogies. The generally we use that pedagogies, different pedagogies, right in right in the universities, maybe in colleges and schools. So that what is the method of teaching we are using, that's called pedagogy. And petrology. What is petrology? It's not that petrology that here just you can see that study of rocks and crust. Study of rocks. When you think about right study of rocks, what is this called? What the person is doing that here is a All right, petrologist. What's called the petrologist? So he's studying about the rocks. What actually the nature of rock? Some rocks are very, very, very strong. They cannot be broken and blasted. Some rocks are very smooth over. So marbles are there, and many other things. Granites are there. So the person who studies in that is called petrology, petrologist, and the study of the rocks called is called petrology, and at the same time, philately, the collection and study of postage coin, right? Philatelist, you know that philatelist is called philatelist, the person who collects the stamps and other, right, postage revenue stamps and all. So but the collection and study of postage and revenue stamps is called philately. So philatelist and philately, phonetics, you know, sir, phonetics, all of you know that phonetics. So what phonetics is? Phonetics is here the study of speech sounds and the production, transmission, and reception. Study of speech sounds, first of all, people understand that it's a study of speech sounds, phonemes, what sounds are there. When actually we come to the ELCS lab, phonetics, right, classes, we learn that what phonology is, what is phonemes are, what are the fricatives. So we are going to study that, how pronunciation. So earlier we see that, right, orthopy. Orthopy is the study of correct pronunciation, and phonetics is that here the study of speech sounds and the production of something like that. So this is uh, paleography. Uh, You know that paleography is that the study of ancient writings. Study of paleography, paleographer. So who is that here paleographer? The person who studies about the ancient writing is a paleographer. So paleography is that the study of ancient writing, ancient writings, olden days, they might have written something else, their own thoughts, creative thoughts. Today everything is research, but there was real research was there in the ancient period. They did some realistic and practical things and studied there, and they found good things, so that today the world is very faster. That's called what's called paleography. These are all actually will come in your competitive examinations, all of you. Just go through this, right? Definitely, whatever I am giving here, about 100 one word substitutes, definitely they are going to be in your competitive examinations in future after 4 years of time. At least, if you some of you definitely write or take the examinations, right? So that at the time you find this rhetoric. Rhetoric personality, the art of elegant speech and writing. Rhetoric, fantastic. How the person writes is called a rhetoric writer. That here, the art of elegant speech or writing. There is an art for everything. Is an art. Teaching is an art. It's not possible to everyone to teach the best. Subject may be there, but teaching is an art. Teaching is a skill. So that everything is an art. Like that, here, the art of elegant speech or writing. So rhetoric kind of personalities are there, and sericulture. Yeah, sericulture. I said that just before that. Raising silkworms and the production of uh, right other things here, right? Sericulture. So silkworms are production of the mulber trees and some other. You can see that here. Their sericulture is there. Silkworms. They take that silk from that worms. Actually, the silk comes from the worms, right? Pattupurugal antaru వాటిని. So that your sericulture. That's called sericulture, where people study into that, and seismology, the study of earthquake. Seismology. All of you know that. Study of earthquakes is called seismology. Seismologist. Seismologist, the person who assess the intensity of the earthquake. So it's called seismologist. The study of earthquakes and the phenomenon associated with it. What happened to that? So that because of that earthquakes, what would happen? What happened there? So this is a complete study. It's called seismology. At the same time, if you come to the right speleology, the study of caves. Olden days, caves were there. Many of rishis and monks were there in the caves. So the when you are writing about the caves and you are writing about a monk or studying about a monk, immediately you find out, right, the speleology. At the time you refer the dictionary, so it takes time. So when you understand this, okay, speleology is that here the study of caves. The monks used to stay in the right caves, so that's called speleology. And acoustic sound, already physics people know that, right? Acoustics, the study of sound, the person who studies that here, okay, right? Regarding it, the sound, right, is called acoustics. So that acoustics. And then aesthetics, aesthetic pleasure, people say that aesthetic pleasure, study of the fine arts. What are the fine arts? Music and dance and writing, or many other things are the fine arts, they come under fine arts. That here, that's called aesthetic pleasure, the pleasure which comes from the heart, and which is really very, really very happy to enjoy that kind of pleasures. That's called aesthetic pleasure, that everybody should have that, right, that aesthetic pleasure. I remember that actually Rao Gopal Rao's dialogue, మనిషన్నాక కాసంత కళాపోషణ ఉండాలో అంటారు. So that's called aesthetic pleasure. So kalaposhana, that's called. So aesthetics. And agronomy, so that agronomy is the science of soil management. Agronomy, agriculture. So you connect it actually. Agriculture, agronomy, agri. So definitely, when you go on seeing some words are connected to it. When you find very keenly, you understand what's that. Agronomy is that a science of soil management and production of field crops. Agronomy, the person who is agriculture, the person who right studies agriculture BSc, they people know that agronomist. So that agronomist is not a farmer, not a farmer who cultivates, right, the crops and all. So agronomist is the person who studies about the right production of fields and crops. Like, okay, agronomy is that the science of soil management and the production of fields and crops. Like alchemy, right? Alchemy is that, already know that here. Chemistry in ancient times. Alchemy. Alchemy is that chemistry in ancient time. Ancient time, this chemistry what you are studying, that called right, alchemy. So alchemy has become now chemistry. The alchemist. Alchemist. So chemist. Chemi. So when you when you divide syllable by syllable, you understand how it is going to connect to what. So definitely you get 50% of answer for it. Don't be haste to do things. You first understand clearly and then go for. And then bibliography. Now all the research people do know that bibliography, the study of history of list of books on subject, on particular subject, study of history of list of the books total. So when the person is writing an article, how many books he has to read it? It takes time. So article may be 2 pages, 3 pages, but real researchers study many books and write one article. So from many books, when he gets that thought of writing on particular finding, then he starts writing that. So that, okay, of course, that is the other one. So bibliography, that's called bibliography, the list of books of history. Like anatomy, right here, science of dealing with the structure of animals, plants, and human body. Anatomy. So anatomy, all of you anatomy labs, if you go and see, right, in the hospitals and medical colleges, anatomy labs are there. So that the science of dealing with the structure of animals and plants and human beings, human body. That's called anatomy. Anthropology. Anthropology, as I told you earlier, it's what here the science that deals with the origin and physical and cultural development of mankind. Yes, it tells about entire how actually the evolution has been taken place from the beginning of the days, from ancient age to now. So this called anthropology. And arboriculture, cultivation of trees and vegetables, right? Arboriculture, agriculture is different here. Arboriculture, horticulture is different. Arboriculture is the cultivation of trees and vegetables. Only these trees and vegetables. That's called right, arboriculture. And astrology, of course, all of you know that here. Ancient predictions and course of human destinies with the help of indications deduced from the position and movement of the heavenly bodies. So using these, right, big sentence, okay, these many words, just you can say astrology, science of planets and all. Oh, that's astronomy again. That's astronomy. This astrology, the human destinies, and with the help of indications given, right, with the planets and all like that. Okay, bacteriology, as you know, bacteriologist, right, is called the study of bacteria, is a bacteriologist. Calligraphy, and all of you know this calligraphy, of course, the art of beautiful handwriting. Calligraphers are there. When you see that degree certificates, degree original OD certificates. You can see this writing that's called calligraphy. The calligraphers were recruited in those days to write the letters, but now actually everybody writes whatever they like to write. When nobody cares about writing and writing skills. But at the time, in the olden days, in every every I mean to say kingdom maybe, or with the king, there would be calligraphers. Calligraphers used to write a beautiful handwriting. Okay, calligraphers, and the ceramic pottery, as you know that ceramic kind of things, right? Just which was down on the floor, it's totally broken. Ceramics, you know that the art and technology of making objects from clay, some clay kind of things, especially if you take in Rajasthan. So most of articles today, when you go to the this what the gift shops and all, you'll find out actually ceramic kind of right gifts. So that is called ceramic, the art and the technology of making objects from the clay. Especially this ceramic potteries are available uh, from the Rajasthan. And chronology. So chronology means science of arranging time in period and assessing and dates and historical order of the past events. So past to present. So that's chronological order. That's called chronological order from past to the present, right? Historical order, the past events. Like okay, and the chromatics, the art of making fireworks. Chromatics. It's also art. Everything is art in the world. So the interest is there, intensity is there, intention is there. Interest, intention, interest. If these three things are there, everything is an art. You can learn any skill with only interest, intention, right? Interest, right? So that okay. Chromatic, the art of making fireworks. Cosmography, cosmography. You know that universe. Cosmo means universe. Cosmography, which is that about geography, like okay, like okay, the science that describes and maps the main features of the universe, that's called cosmography. Complete main features of the universe, how that actually describing about the things. So cosmography, learning about cosmography. And cosmology, of course, studies has come, see that cosmography is that, and cosmology is the science of the nature, origin and history of the universe. Entire universe, what's happening, galaxies, what moon, what this one, what planets, how the sky, everything about under that. So that's called science of the nature, origin and history of the universe. That's called cosmology, right? Cryogenics. You can see that cryogenics. What is cryogenics here? The science of dealing with the production control and the application of very low temperatures. The science of dealing with the production control, especially application of very in the low temperatures. So that's called right, cryogenics. So there are cryogenists also who work for. So there are many posts actually, many professions are there. Just so you can see some of them which are on right surface. If you go on digging, there are many things. So that cipher, the cipher is that here. It's the art of secret writings, the art of secret writings without telling anyone. Just it's like introverts, right? They write very secret writings. And cytology, the study of cells, especially their formation and structure and functions. Cytology, how the cells are formed in our body. So body is totally the combination of many cells, okay. So that it's not the cell of our battery or something like that, okay. So you can say about mm, then dactylography. Dactylography, the study of fingerprints for the purpose of identification. Dactylography, study of fingerprints. Yo, this actually Q teams. The Q teams come for getting this all the things right. So that is one kind of dactylography here, right? Dactylography, the study of fingerprints and purpose of identification. That's called dactylography. And dactylology, the technique of communication by signs made with the fingers. It is generally used by the deaf people. So deaf people, what is that actual techniques they use with the signs only? If you go and see at where here Vidyanagar at the place, there is one institution for them. So deaf and right these people. So that's called dactylology. So that is a communication which is which is shared through the signs of the fingers. So that's called dictology here. Demography, all of you, the study of human population, demography, where that actually records are taking place. I think in the earlier also it was there. Ecology, of course, all of you know. Entomology, the study of insects. Epigraphy, the study of inscriptions. Ethnography, of the study of human races. Of course, ethnology, the study of animal behavior. Etymology, that's there, and ergonomy, the study of effect environment on workers. Eugenics, the study of production, better offspring of the science of selection of parents. And then pedagogy, the art of method of teaching, right? Petrology, the study of rocks. Zoology, the study of animals. So you understand about this, right? And then phobia, if it comes to phobia, people have some fear. What fear they have that? So what it is called? Agoraphobia is there, or altophobia is there, psychophobia is there. So like there are many phobias. How these phobias are discriminated? Not only every fear is not the same fear. The fear is that different. Altophobia is there of altitudes. So imagining that altitudes, that what would happen there, yeah, in geography. So that is altophobia. It would happen something to us. So what happens if complete Earth moves ahead? So then nobody would be there. Life is just span of time. For that, just only we crave for everything. Agoraphobia here, open spaces. Agoraphobia means here fear of wide open spaces. So when the people go into the wide open spaces, they're afraid of that nobody is there, because it's like universe is giving something for us, like, okay, so that it's open spaces, the single person, just imagine that. So some people afraid of right, going to the open spaces, right? That's called agoraphobia, sorry, agoraphobia. And cacophobia is a fear of ugliness. Cacophobia, everywhere if you see some ugliness, that's called cacophobia. There would not be fine if you go to around one railway station or something, or in one compartment, it would not be fine there. That's called right, cacophobia. And cynophobia, fear of dogs. Fear of dogs, some people are there here, all right, afraid of dogs, is called cynophobia, right? So that is cynophobia, it's called cynophobia. And claustrophobia, right, of being confined to small place. Okay, if it is totally small place, if you enter the right one, what call it as lift, it's totally very narrowed. So some people afraid of that. If lift stops there, what happens? If you move from one narrowed right wall, narrowed way, narrowed path, what would happen there? So that's called claustrophobia. And dipsomania, manias also, morbid compulsion of drink. Okay, dipsomania is here, morbid compulsion to drink. Okay, should be right. If you go to the party, it is called dipsomania. It's okay, by seeing the people, the person starts drinking. So you may not have that right thought to drink, right? But he starts drinking because of that's called dipsomania. And ergophobia is their fear of work. Ergophobia is that your fear of work. Okay, always why have to work, like people think about them. And gerophobia is a fear of old age. So not gender, right? Gerophobia, I'm getting old. Some people afraid of getting old, afraid of death also, because the person who takes birth definitely has to become, definitely, teenage, engage, middle age, old age, these are all common, and death also is common one. But some people are afraid of that. That's called gerophobia, right? That's called gerophobia, fear of old age. Hydrophobia, hydro means hydraulic, hydro, that's called hydraulic is different. Hydro means hydrogen. So that hydrophobia, fear of water, that's called when the people go to any water, right, places like, okay, rivers and sea, they will not enjoy along with other friends, they sit aside on the bank or at bank of the river and some other place. So that it's called hydrophobia. Kleptomania, a compulsive desire to steal. Kleptomania, it's called compulsive desire to. Even we can see some rich also would like to steal something else. Even they are able to spare money for that and buy it, but they want to steal it. So that's one kind of enjoyment, crazy enjoyment like that. It's called kleptomania. It's called kleptomania. And connoisseur, you know that a critical judge of any art and craft. A connoisseur, the person knows the best things among anything, like whatever it is, maybe any kind of article, maybe any kind of food or whatever it is. They find out which is the best. That they are called connoisseur. And contemporary, the person who stays along with us the same time, is called contemporaries. And convalescent, one who is recovering health after illness. Convalescent is called convalescent, one who is recovering his health after illness. And coquette. Coquette is a girl, woman who flirts with men. Okay, coquette is a girl, right, or woman who flirts with men. So, as you understand, what this coquette is called. And cosmopolitan, a person who regards the whole world as his country. Cosmopolitan means the entire world is his only. The person who regards that, okay, entire world, cosmopolitan personalities, cosmopolitan cities. So, our Hyderabad has become today cosmopolitan city. Entire world people come to Hyderabad, and our Hyderabad people go to other nations too, and that's called cosmopolitan. Cynosure. So one who is a center of attraction. This cynosure, right? Is a cynosure, center of attraction. Even wherever he goes, that year automatically is center of attraction. Some some features and some things are given by the God, so nobody can do anything. Even sometimes the things come to become synergy. And cynic, the person who thinks always like okay, and one who sneers at the belief of others. Is cynic kind of personality. Okay, he's like that. This is like that. She is like that. Cynic kind of personality. Debonair, right? Polished and light-hearted person. It's called debonair. Debonair magazine was there. The polished and light-hearted person, right? The person is totally suave, right? The polished and light-hearted personality is called debonair. And uh, demagogue, demagogue, a leader who sways his followers by his oratory, says his followers with his oratory. Oratory means he has speech power. It's called demagogue. Like demagogue here, KCR is demagogue. So leader who sways his followers by his oratory, so attracts, so that demagogue. Dilettante, dilettante is your dabbler, not serious about it here. In art and science and literature, it's called dabbler. Say, right, dilettante. Then, see, effeminate, a man who is womanish in his habits. Effeminate, effeminate. Woman is a man who is womanish. Always, he likes to flirt women. He wants to move with women. So they are called feminist. So that is that effeminate, egoist, right? A lover of oneself, of one's advancements. It's called totally egoist personality. Egotist, one who often talks of his achievements. Egotist is the person who talks about his achievements always, right? Is called egotist. Egoist is the person one who loves himself. Is egoist. Immigrant, a person who leaves his country to settle in another country. So immigrant. So immigrant is the person who comes to. So that immigrant opposite meaning is immigrant. So that a person who leaves his country to settle in other country. So that's called immigrants. Immigration certificates. You know that when you go for visa and all, you come to know. Immigrants means the people who come from other country to our country, like export and import, like okay. Epicure, one who is for pleasure of eating and drinking. Always some people actually go on drink something, right? This cool drink, that cool drink, and they take food, that food, this food, and all. That's called epicure. And fastidious, one who is hard to please, is a fastidious personality. Nobody can flirt him, nobody can please him. Very selective, and his habits are very selective. Nobody can change his habits. That's called kind of people, fastidious personalities. Fatalist, one who believes in fate. So whatever happens, happen. Because when we were taken birth, definitely that was written. Some people believe like that. They're called fatalist. The person who believes in fate is called fatalist. Feminist, the person who is by the side of women, right? One who works for the welfare of women is called fatalist. A synonym of phylogynist also. If you take that feminist and phylogynist is called, right? The person who works for the welfare of women is called feminist. Fugitive. Feminism is actually is taken in wrong way. But feminism is not that you're the person. Even Gent also is a feminist who actually works for the welfare of women is also feminist. Even women who actually thinks about the welfare of women is also feminist. Feminist is that here the person who thinks about the welfare of women is called feminist. And fugitive, one who runs away from justice. Fugitive. Synonym is here, absconding person. Fugitive runs away from the justice. Actually, doesn't like, okay, away from that fugitive personality. And gourmand, a lover of good food. Gourmand person, lover of a good food. Wherever the dinner, where the party is there, first he'll be present there. So that is called gourmand, a lover of a good food. And gourmet, connoisseur of food. Gourmet is gourmet is different. Gourmet is different. Garment. Okay, that's different. But gourmet is a connoisseur of food. And henpecked. Henpecked means here husband ruled by his wife. Henpecked personalities. Henpecked personality. Hen, you know that hen. Hen peacock. Hen and cock. So that here hen, as you know that. So henpecked means a husband ruled by his wife. Always his wife only tells everything. According to his wife directions, he works for that. He's called henpecked. And hedonist, one who believes that sensual pleasure is the chief good, is called hedonist. One who believes in that sensual pleasure here is called hedonist. Okay, he's hedonist, leave him, no problem. Otherwise, he's henpecked. Don't tell to him, you go and tell to somebody else. So that henpecked and hedonist. Heretic, one who acts against religion. The heretic personality, not religionist, is against religion, is called one who acts against religion, is called heretic. And honorary things are honorary doctorates, honorary awards are there, and that's called one who holds a post without any salary. Honorary position, honorary chief minister, honorary guest. So whatever, honorable is different again. So honorary is that one who holds a post without any salary. So that what we understand by this, definitely. So just we can see about this one word substitutes, how these are important. Really, they make a great change in our lives. So that if you go on learning things, definitely you enjoy that word power. Word power is not with only 100 words, 100 one word substitutes, or 100 some other verb forms or antonyms or synonyms or something like that. So you just go on reading something, right? That's it's your favorite book, it's favorite your newspaper, whatever it is favorite than your academics. Just go for non-academic kind of books. Find out, definitely you find out the enjoying reading. When you go on reading, definitely you can't find anyone in front of you. Just you will be there in the world of right your own, and you will become one of the best personalities of the world. So because reading makes very stronger. Even Mahatma Gandhi, even the leaders today, KCR was right, is a book reader, continuously reads, right, and Pawan Kalyan, Hitler. So whoever were there actually who are mentally very strong people, they are right voracious readers. So if you read, you get vocabulary, you get grammar, you get punctuations, you get sentences, you get language, you get fluency, fluency of speaking. At the same time, you'll be eloquent, efficient in language, and at the same time, you'll be a better writer. Only reading makes these many things. Why don't you? So that vocabulary is that it comes when you go on reading, you find out new. Today also, just we find out many words which are very new. We refer the dictionary and we go for the browsing and all. So that, my dear first year BU Raju Staff Technology students, especially section 13 students, please go through this video and find out one word substitutes. This is about grammar part of the second topic of grammar part, right? That's called one word substitutions. How they are very important. How you can use them in your daily right daily spoken language and written right communication also. So use them properly, and if you don't remember, sometimes you had them, and once again you watch it and browse other things also, not only my video here, so that others also there. Please go through it and find out. And thank you so much for watching my video. And of course, all of you know that there is my channel. It's called Bitla Summit or BSV Voice, whatever you type in YouTube, right? Just you can find out my videos and watch other videos also in your leisure time, and stay home. Be safe. Right. Thank you so much.